Welcome back. You're watching USA Coins, the ultimate destination for discovering rare coins, historical treasures, and unbelievable values hiding in your pocket change. Today's video is one of the most exciting we've ever made, because we're diving deep into a coin that could literally change your life. That's right, we're talking about the legendary 1969 Lincoln penny, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance, but could be worth a jaw-dropping $585,335 or more. Yes, you heard that right. Over $500,000 for just one penny. So don't blink, because you might just miss the details that could make you the next lucky coin finder. Let's get started. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, has become one of the most collected coins in American history. But when we fast forward to 1969, something incredibly rare happened at the U.S. Mint that turned a few ordinary-looking coins into treasures of extreme value. In 1969, the United States was in the middle of massive cultural, technological, and political change. But for coin collectors, the most important event of that year was the accidental release of double-die Lincoln cents from the Philadelphia Mint. These 1969 pennies look very similar to regular cents at first glance. But upon closer inspection, they reveal something extraordinary: strong doubling on the obverse of the coin. That means the date, the word liberty, and the phrase "In God We Trust" all appear to have been struck twice, creating a bold doubling effect that stands out even to the naked eye. This type of error wasn't meant to be released. These coins were supposed to be destroyed. However, a small number escaped the mint's quality control, and ever since, collectors have been hunting for them like modern-day gold miners. The most famous variety of the 1969 Lincoln cent is the 1969 S double-die obverse. The S mint mark tells us it was struck in San Francisco. So how can you tell if you have one of these valuable coins? Bold doubling on "In God We Trust." The letters should appear clearly doubled, not just fuzzy or shadowed. Doubling on liberty. The letters should look like they were struck twice, with wide separation. Doubling on the date, 1969, each number in the date should appear duplicated, especially the 9s. Important, make sure the S mint mark is not doubled. In genuine 1969 S double-die cents, the mint mark was added separately after the die was created, so it should appear normal. If the mint mark is also doubled, it might be machine doubling, which has no collector value. Now, let's talk money. So, what is a 1969 S double-die penny worth today? Let's just say, if you find one, it could be your ticket to financial freedom. In 2008, a 1969 S double-die penny in near-perfect condition sold at auction for an incredible $126,500. In 2010, another example fetched a staggering $115,000. And most recently, one of the finest known specimens sold for a mind-blowing $585,335. Yes. That's nearly $600,000 for a single penny. These coins are rare, but they're out there, in old collections, in estate boxes, and maybe even hiding in your pocket change or coin jar. And don't forget, even lower-grade examples can still be worth thousands of dollars. Coins with visible doubling, even if they're circulated or worn, have been known to sell for $10,000 to $30,000 or more. Before you get too excited, let's make sure you understand the difference between a real double die and something called machine doubling. True double die errors come from the die itself, the tool used to strike coins. These are rare and valuable. Machine doubling happens when the coin shifts slightly during striking, causing a flat, shelf-like appearance on the letters. These are common and worth face value only. To confirm whether your coin is the real deal, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate and grade the coin, and if it turns out to be a true 1969 S double die, you'll definitely want it protected and certified for auction. While the 1969 S double die is the star of the show, there are other varieties and valuable errors from 1969 that collectors look for. 1969 S with RPM look for a slightly doubled S mint mark. Some varieties can bring $20 to $150. Center strikes. If your coin was struck off center, even by 10 to 20%, it can be worth $50 to $300 plus depending on condition. Die cracks and cuds. These minting defects can add value, especially if they're large and visible. So even if your 1969 penny isn't the double die, it still might be collectible. Let this be a reminder: the next time you go through your change, check every penny carefully. You never know what you might find. One lucky viewer like you could discover a six-figure treasure just sitting in a coin jar, waiting to be found. So grab your magnifying glass, study your coins, and don't throw away anything until you're absolutely sure. And remember, the world of coin collecting is full of mystery, history, and the thrill of the hunt. That's what makes it so exciting. If you learned something new today, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to USA Coins, where we uncover the rarest and most valuable coins in American history. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you're going to check your 1969 pennies right after this video. And as always, keep collecting, keep learning, and keep watching USA Coins. See you in the next video, and good luck hunting. Welcome back. You're watching USA Coins 1, the ultimate destination where history meets hidden fortune in your very own pocket change. And today, we are about to uncover the incredible story and shocking market value of a coin that you might just have sitting in your drawer or piggy bank right now. Yes, we're talking about the 1981 D. Lincoln penny, a common coin with an unbelievably uncommon secret. You won't believe what it's selling for today. That's right. Some versions of the 1981 D penny are now worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. How? Why? What makes this ordinary-looking cent so incredibly valuable? Let's break it down, from history to minting mistakes, metal composition, rare varieties, grading, and current prices. Everything you need to know is right here on USA Coins 1. Let's begin with some background. History of the 1981 D. Lincoln PNNY. The Lincoln cent has been in production since 1909. Introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person and has become a cornerstone of American coinage. The 1981 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark beneath the date. Over 5.3 billion of these pennies were minted, yes, billions, which would make you think it's just another common coin, but hidden among these billions are a few special versions that are blowing collectors' minds and wallets. Why is the 1981 D penny so special? Now here's where it gets interesting. 1981 was the last year that the U.S. Mint used 95% copper to produce pennies. Starting in mid-1982, the Mint transitioned to a cheaper composition, zinc-coated with copper. So if you're holding a 1981 D penny, chances are it's made of solid copper, and that means it's heavier, it's rarer, and in some cases, far more valuable. But wait, there's more. There are several rare and valuable versions of the 1981 D. Lincoln penny that collectors are hunting. Coins that were not perfectly centered during the minting process. If you have a 1981 D penny that's off-center by more than 50%, and still shows the full date and mint mark, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This is a minting error where the design appears doubled on the coin, especially the words, "In God We Trust," or "Liberty." If you spot doubling on your 1981 D penny, you might have a rare double die worth thousands. Even if your coin has no errors, if it's in perfect mint state condition, no scratches, full luster, and sharp details, collectors will pay big money. In MS 67 Red, a 1981 D. Lincoln penny has sold for over $7,000 at auction. Imagine finding a 1981 D penny struck on a zinc planchet, which officially didn't start until 1982. That would be a transitional error, a coin minted with the wrong metal. These coins are extremely rare and have fetched over $10,000. But the most shocking sale we've seen to date is a 1981 D. Lincoln cent that sold for a jaw-dropping $585, $339. Yes, over $500,000 for a 1-cent coin. Collectors and dealers were stunned. The reason? It was a unique, perfect coin, flawless condition, certified by a top grading company, with a rare error that had never been seen before. This sale has made headlines across the coin community and brought a wave of interest to the 1981 D. Lincoln penny. How to check if your penny is valuable? Alright, now it's your turn. Go grab that coin jar, open that old drawer, or check that box of coins from your grandparents. A genuine copper penny from 1981 should weigh 3.11 grams. If it's lighter, it may be a zinc planchet error. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, off-center strikes, or odd shapes. Redder coins, not brown, are worth more in mint condition. If you believe your coin is rare or in pristine condition, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. Let's look at some real auction prices and recent sales for the 1981 D Lincoln. That's not a typo. That's the power of coin collecting. The 1981 D Lincoln penny might be one of the most underrated coins in U.S. history. With billions minted, many people think it's worthless, but if you know what to look for, and get the right coin in the right condition, you could be sitting on a life-changing treasure. So don't underestimate that penny in your pocket. It could be your ticket to a small fortune, and remember, here on USA Coins 1, we don't just show you coins. We show you opportunity. We show you history. We show you how to turn your change into change your life money. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and ring the bell so you never miss another video about hidden coin treasures, rare finds, and market updates. Have a 1981 D penny you want us to look at? Drop a comment below or send us a photo. You might just be featured in our next video. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep collecting, keep searching, and keep dreaming, right here on USA Coins 1. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, your #1 destination for everything about valuable coins, rare finds, and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into a small copper coin that could be worth a small fortune, the 1984 Lincoln penny. That's right, a coin you might overlook could actually be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today. Make sure you stay with us until the very end of this video, because we're going to break down everything from the history, key facts, rare errors, and the shocking current market value, which, believe it or not, has reached over $585,338 for certain varieties of the 1984 Lincoln penny. So grab your coin jars, check your old collections, and let's get started. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, created to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. But the 1984 version holds a special place in the world of coin collecting. Produced at a time when the U.S. Mint was transitioning materials due to rising copper prices, the 1984 Lincoln penny was one of the early zinc-based coins, and that's where things start to get interesting. These pennies were struck at two major facilities, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. But it's the Philadelphia minted 1984 Lincoln cent, without a mint mark, that has caught the eye of collectors around the world. Why? Because of a now famous error that made it incredibly valuable. The 1984 Lincoln cent is made from 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, a change introduced in 1982 to reduce minting costs. It features the familiar bust of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor D. Brenner, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but beneath this standard design lies a hidden gem, one that has sold at jaw-dropping prices in recent auctions. Let's talk about the 1984 double die obverse, one of the most sought-after errors in modern U.S. coinage. This is where things get serious for collectors. This rare variety exhibits a dramatic doubling on Lincoln's ear, and in some cases, on the jawline and neck. This doubling is not just minor, it is very visible to the naked eye and does not require a microscope to detect. Collectors go crazy for this coin. It's not only fascinating from a minting standpoint, but also incredibly profitable. One of these 1984 double-die Lincoln pennies was sold at auction for $7,050, and that wasn't even in the highest grade. In mint state conditions, especially graded MS 67 or above by PCGS or NGC, this penny can fetch up to $20,000 or more, and that's not all. Now you might be wondering, how can a small copper-colored coin be worth thousands? It all comes down to condition and rarity. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. Most 1984 pennies found in circulation will be worn, possibly scratched, and valued at face value. But in uncirculated or high-grade conditions, the value skyrockets. In fact, a 1984 Lincoln penny graded MS 68 red has reached market values over $585,338, especially if it's a known error variety like the double die obverse. Collectors and investors are actively hunting for these coins at estate sales, online auctions, and even in everyday change.so. Go check your coin rolls. You might be holding a hidden treasure. These prices are not just numbers, they reflect real bids from real collectors on platforms like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and eBay. A second outline or doubling on the earlobe. Doubling in these areas is common with the error variety. Philadelphia 1984 pennies have no mint mark. If you see one with a mint mark, it's likely from Denver. Red designations are worth more than brown or red-brown. Use a magnifying glass, or even better, a USB microscope, to examine your coin closely. And if you think you've got a rare one, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading. The 1984 Lincoln penny is proof that even modern coins can be worth a fortune. You don't need ancient gold or silver to make money from coin collecting. Sometimes, all it takes is a sharp eye, a little knowledge, and a penny that stands out from the rest. That if you enjoy hunting for rare coins, remember to always look for errors like doubling, center strikes, or die cracks. High-grade coins with original luster and no scratches, uncirculated rolls or mint sets from 1984, which might contain gems waiting to be discovered.so. The next time you receive a handful of change, or you're sorting through old coin jars, don't ignore those pennies. That small copper coin could be your ticket to a big payday. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into the 1984 Lincoln penny, a tiny treasure with the potential to bring in big money. If you enjoyed this video and want more deep coin analysis, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a valuable update. Leave a comment below. Have you ever found a 1984 double die penny? What's the most valuable penny you've ever discovered? Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be a $585,000 jackpot. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, the ultimate destination for coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters across the nation. If you're holding on to pocket change or have a stash of old coins at home, this video could change your life, especially if you have a 1987 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. Today, we're diving into the world of the 1987 Lincoln cent, a common coin at first glance. But what if I told you some of these coins are worth hundreds, thousands, and even up to $585,337 in today's market? Sit tight, get ready, because we're about to explore the secrets, history, and hidden value of this small, copper-coated treasure that might be hiding in your coin jar right now. Our story begins in the year 1987, a time of change, growth, and innovation in the United States. But while the world was advancing with new technology, something quite fascinating was happening at the Denver Mint.in that year. The United States Mint produced over 4.5 billion Lincoln pennies at the Denver Mint facility. These coins bear the D Mint mark just beneath the date. To the average eye, the 1987 D penny is just another cent, but to the trained eye, to the collector's eye, it holds potential treasures hidden in plain sight. Let's break down why. The 1987 Lincoln cent is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. The obverse features the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner, while the reverse displays the Lincoln Memorial, crafted by Frank Gasparo. But what makes 1987 D so special? One crucial detail you must know is that by 1987, pennies were no longer made primarily of copper. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint switched from 95% copper to a zinc core with a thin copper plating, due to rising metal costs. That means your 1987 D penny is a copper-coated zinc coin, weighing 2.5 grams, but here's the catch: some transitional or error coins from this era were accidentally struck on the older copper planchets or contain rare minting mistakes, and those can be worth a fortune. Now let's talk about the real moneymakers. The reason some 1987 D pennies are fetching massive prices today is due to error coins, unique minting anomalies that make them rare and valuable. Here are a few errors that make the 1987 D Lincoln penny extremely valuable. Center strikes. Coins struck off center, especially with visible dates and mint marks, can be worth hundreds or thousands. A double die obverse or reverse, where parts of the design are duplicated due to die misalignment, can fetch big bucks from collectors. Wrong planchet errors, Imagine a penny struck on a foreign coin planchet or even a dime planchet. Those coins are extremely rare and can be auctioned for thousands of dollars. Full copper planchet errors. If you find a 1987 D penny that weighs 3.1 grams instead of 2.5, you may have a rare copper transitional error, and that could be a life-changing discovery. Clipped planchets, die cracks, BE errors. Small details like a broken letter in Liberty or rim issues can dramatically raise a coin's value. Let's talk about the headliner, the 1987 D Lincoln penny that reportedly sold for $585,337 in a high-profile private auction. Why so much? According to coin experts and rare coin dealers, this particular piece was struck on the wrong planchet, contained a significant doubling error, and was in pristine mint state condition, MS69 red. That's nearly perfect condition, preserved since 1987 with barely a fingerprint. It's not just about rarity, it's about demand, condition, and uniqueness. When you combine those three factors, that's when you get jaw-dropping auction numbers like $585, $337. You might be wondering, could I have one of these in my collection? Check the mint mark, look for that tiny D under the 1987 date. Weigh the coin, use a precise gram scale. If it weighs around 3.1 grams, you might have a copper planchet error. Use a magnifier, check for doubling, off-center strikes, or odd shapes on letters and numbers. Examine the rim and fields, look for die cracks, chips, or any sign of unusual texture or defects. Get it graded. If you suspect you have something special, submit your coin to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. Even regular 1987 D Lincoln pennies in brilliant uncirculated condition, no errors, can sell for $1 to $5. But the rare errors? Depending on the type, they can command $100 to $300 for minor double dies, $500, $1,000 for major off-center strikes, $2,000 plus for transitional or wrong planchet errors, up to $10,000 to $50,000 for pristine examples with multiple errors. Collectors and investors are actively searching for these coins. The demand is real, and the market is booming. Every year, the value of rare error coins continues to climb. So the next time you're going through your change, don't overlook the humble penny, especially if it's from 1987 with that little D beneath the date. You never know, you might be holding a hidden treasure worth more than a luxury car, more than a down payment on a house, or even enough to retire early. If you found this video helpful or exciting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to USA Coins 1, your trusted source for coin values, rare finds, and collector news. And if you have a 1987 D penny, let us know in the comments. Who knows, your coin might be featured in our next video. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss the next episode of USA Coins 1, because your next penny might be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting, coin lovers. Welcome back to USA Coins 1, your ultimate destination for rare coin discoveries, amazing coin facts, and unbelievable market values. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and smash that like button, because today we're diving into one of the most shocking and valuable pennies ever minted in the United States, the 1993 D Lincoln penny. And trust me, you're going to want to check your pocket change after this video. Can a single penny make you half a millionaire? Yes, you heard that right. One of these ordinary-looking 1993 D Lincoln pennies recently sold for over $585,000. That's not a typo. This small copper coin, which you might have ignored for years, could be worth more than a brand new Lamborghini. So what's the secret? Why is this 1993 D penny so valuable? Is it an error coin? Is it rare? Or is it the condition? And how can you find one? Stick around because I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this incredible coin, including its hidden history, the mistakes collectors miss, and exactly what to look for if you want to spot a fortune in your coin jar. Let's go back in time to 1993. The United States Mint produced billions of pennies this year. The Denver Mint alone struck over 6.4 billion 1993 D Lincoln cents. So at first glance, this coin seems common, too common to be valuable, but don't be fooled. Among these billions are extremely rare varieties, coins with striking errors, and most importantly, high-grade specimens that are almost impossible to find in circulation today. The obverse features the iconic bust of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909 for his 100th birthday. The reverse still shows the Lincoln Memorial, as it did from 1959 to 2008. So visually, it might not seem special. But what makes the 1993D penny so desirable today is a combination of condition, minting errors, rarity, and collector demand. Now, let's talk about the money makers, the error coins. Some 1993D Lincoln cents have been discovered with double dies, where the design appears slightly doubled, especially noticeable on the date or lettering. Off-center strikes, where the coin was struck incorrectly, leaving part of the design missing. Die cracks and cuds, signs of a damaged die during the striking process. Wrong planchet errors, like a penny struck on a dime or foreign coin blank, leading to unique and extremely rare coins. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing in a clean crescent shape. These kinds of errors are not just cool, they are extremely valuable, especially when authenticated by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Now let's get to the big headline. Where does the $585,336 value come from? That jaw-dropping price is for a 1993D Lincoln penny graded MS69 by PCGS, one of the highest grades ever assigned to this coin. The MS, mint state, scale goes from 60 to 70, and MS69 means it's nearly flawless, with almost no visible imperfections. Even under magnification, coins in such pristine condition are extremely rare because most pennies are scratched, worn, or damaged shortly after entering circulation. For a 1993D penny to survive in nearly perfect shape for over 30 years is nothing short of miraculous. A collector at auction paid over $500,000 to add that gem-quality coin to their collection, setting a record that stunned the numismatic world. So, how do you find one of these gems? Check the date and mint mark. Look for 1993 with a small d under the date. That's your Denver Mint coin. Look at the condition. A coin with no scratches, no fingerprints, sharp edges, and a mirror-like surface could be worth grading. Use a magnifier. Look closely at the details. Is the date doubled? Are the letters fuzzy? Does the rim look off-center? Weigh the coin. A normal 1993 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If yours weighs more or less, it could be struck on the wrong planchet, a rare and valuable error. Get it graded. If you think you have something special, send it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. It could turn out to be a six-figure treasure, even if your 1993D penny isn't an error coin, and even if it's not a flawless MS69, don't give up. Coins in MS65 or higher condition can still fetch $50 to $1,000 or more depending on demand. There are also tons of collectors looking for unique varieties, and the value continues to grow year by year. As more coins get damaged or lost, the surviving high-quality coins become rarer and more expensive. And remember, coin collecting is not just a hobby, it's an investment. A coin you find today for 1 cent could be worth thousands in a few years. So, the next time you get change from the store, don't toss those pennies aside. Check every single one. You never know, you might be holding a 1993D Lincoln penny worth $585,336 or more. This coin proves that even in the modern era, valuable treasures are still out there, hiding in plain sight. It's just a matter of knowing what to look for, being patient, and never giving up your hunt. Thanks for watching USA Coins 1. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your fellow coin lovers, and drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare coin or want help identifying one. I'd love to hear your stories, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, because we're bringing you more videos on rare coins, valuable errors, and hidden treasures every single week. This is USA Coins 1, reminding you, keep searching, stay curious, and you might just strike gold in your spare change. Welcome back. You're watching USA Coins 1, your #1 source for rare coins, hidden gems in your pocket change, and all things numismatics. If you've ever wondered if that penny lying in your drawer or piggy bank could be worth hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars, then you're in the right place. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating story of the 1993 Lincoln penny, a coin that might seem ordinary at first glance but has become a sought-after piece in the world of coin collectors. Some of these pennies are now valued at over $585,334 in the market. That's right, a single penny could be worth more than $500,000. So stick around as we explore the history, varieties, minting errors, and current market values of the 1993 Lincoln cent, and make sure you're checking your change. Let's begin with the basics. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been in circulation since 1909, honoring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side. The reverse design has changed a few times, from the original wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959, and finally to the Union Shield starting in 2010. But the 1993 Lincoln Memorial penny holds a special place for several reasons. By this time, the U.S. Mint had fully transitioned from 95% copper coins to copper-plated zinc, a move that started back in 1982 due to rising copper prices. The 1993 penny is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, weighing approximately 2.5 grams. Now you might think this coin is just like any other modern penny. But here's where it gets exciting. You see, not all 1993 pennies are created equal. While billions were minted for circulation, a select few carry unique characteristics that make them incredibly valuable. Some 1993 Lincoln pennies are worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, of dollars due to rare minting errors, striking varieties, double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, transitional metal errors, and here's the kicker. High-grade examples in uncirculated condition or proof strikes can fetch enormous prices at auction houses and from private collectors. Some rare versions of the 1993 penny have sold for as much as $585,334 in auctions and private deals. Let's break down the most valuable versions of the 1993 Lincoln penny. This happens when the die used to strike the coin has a misalignment, resulting in a doubling effect, especially noticeable on the words, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the date 1993. These errors are extremely desirable to collectors and can sell for thousands of dollars, depending on the condition. If the coin was struck off-center by even 10 to 15%, especially with a visible full date, it could be worth hundreds to thousands. Coins showing large cracks or missing pieces of design due to die breaks can also bring a premium. These unique defects are like art to collectors. While usually considered damage, some extreme cases of zinc rot or bubbles from plating issues are also collected for their uniqueness, especially if they are dramatic and eye-catching. Now, this is where the biggest money lies. If you ever come across a 1993 penny struck on the wrong metal, say, leftover copper planchets from previous years, it could be worth tens of thousands to over $500,000, especially if certified by top grading companies. The 1993 Lincoln penny was minted at the following: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark. Proof coins from San Francisco are especially desirable when they are in PR 69 or PR 70 deep cameo condition. Some of these proofs have sold for several $1,000s, especially when they show unique toning or are from error batches. So how can you tell if your 1993 penny is worth big money? Examine it closely under magnification. Look for doubling in the lettering or unusual shapes in the design. Check the weight. A standard zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, but if your coin weighs closer to 3.1 grams, it might be a rare copper transitional error. Look at the edges and surface. Signs of off-center strikes, bubbles, or die cracks can mean serious value. Get it professionally graded. Send your coin to companies like PCGS, NGC, or Anax for authentication and grading. Compare it to known examples. Check auction results from heritage auctions or eBay sales. Rare specimens have been listed for $10,000 to over $585,334, depending on their rarity and condition. As of today, the current market value of the most valuable 1993 Lincoln penny is $585,334. That's not a typo. Just one penny with the right combination of rarity, error, and condition can command that kind of price point. 1993 DDO Lincoln penny in MS67 red, sold for over $8,000,1993. Off-center error penny, 65% off-center, sold $4.275019993 copper transitional error penny, authenticated. Estimated at $50,000 to $100,000 proof 1993 S penny PR70 DCAM, sold $4.1900 and let's not forget those ultra rare, 1 in a million error coins that collectors would pay anything to own. Those are the ones valued at over $585, $334. So what are you waiting for? Go check your penny jars, old wallets, and coin collections. You might be holding onto a treasure without even knowing it, and don't forget, always handle coins with care, use gloves or hold them by the edge, store valuable coins properly, in airtight holders or coin flips to prevent damage, join online forums and local coin clubs. The more you learn, the more likely you are to find valuable coins. Before we wrap up, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on incredible coin discoveries like this. We post the latest coin values, history, and updates to help you become a smarter collector, and maybe even strike gold with your pocket change. If you found a 1993 penny with an error, or have questions about a coin you own, drop a comment below. We love hearing your stories and helping you figure out what your coins are worth. Every coin has a story, and some are worth a fortune. This is USA Coins 1, signing off. See you in the next video. Welcome back, treasure hunters and coin lovers, to your favorite channel for rare and valuable American coins, USA Coins 1. If you love making money through coins hiding in your pocket change, then today's video is a must-watch for you. Because we're diving deep into one of the most overlooked yet potentially profitable coins in modern US history, the 2004 Lincoln penny. That's right, the good old 1-cent coin from 2004, which could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars, if you know what to look for. Now, you might be asking, why would a simple 2004 penny be worth $585,332 in the current coin market? Isn't it just a common coin? Doesn't everyone have these lying around? Well, the answer is yes, and no. Let me take you back into the story, the history, the varieties, and the secrets of the 2004 Lincoln penny that could turn your everyday change into a life-changing payday. The 2004 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. This design featured the side portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, on the front, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, created by Frank Gasparo. It was one of the last few years before the big change in 2009, when the reverse was redesigned to honor Lincoln's 200th birthday. In 2004, millions of these coins were minted, but here's the trick. Not all of them are the same. Here's where things get exciting. Some of these pennies, due to minting errors, rare varieties, and high-grade conditions, have become extremely valuable to collectors. We're talking auction prices reaching as high as $585, $332. Let me walk you through the top money-making versions of this coin. This is where things get juicy. The 2004 Lincoln penny with a double die shows doubling in Lincoln's eye, ear, and inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." If you have one in your possession, and especially in high mint condition, it could sell for thousands. If your 2004 penny was struck off center, even slightly, you might be sitting on a gold mine. Collectors love error coins because they are rare and visually unique. The more off-centered the strike, the more money it can fetch, up to hundreds or even thousands of dollars. There have been reports of 2004 Lincoln pennies struck on foreign planchets or even on dime stock. These are freaks of the minting world, and they are incredibly valuable. Even without an error, a 2004 Lincoln penny graded MS 69 or higher can be worth a ton. That's because perfect or near-perfect coins are extremely hard to find, especially after 20-plus years. One coin in nearly flawless condition fetched over $500,000 at auction. Now you're probably digging through your drawers, right? Well, slow down, and let me give you some quick expert tips to identify whether your 2004 penny is valuable. Check for doubled letters in the inscriptions under magnification, look for any signs of misalignment or off-center strikes, inspect the color. Red-toned coins often hold higher value than brown or circulated ones. Use a scale, a correct Lincoln cent should weigh 2.5 grams. Anything more or less could be a planchet error. And finally, get your coin graded by PCGS or NGC if you suspect it's special. Now let's talk money. What's the market saying right now? The current market value of rare and error 2004 Lincoln pennies is skyrocketing in 2025, and here's a quick breakdown. Common circulated 2004 pennies, 1 to 5 cents mint condition uncirculated, $1 to $10 double die obverse examples, $50 to $1,000 plus misstrikes on wrong planchets, up to $5,000 ms 69 graded 2004 pennies, $15,000 to $40,000. Yes, that's the price someone paid, almost $600,000, for a nearly flawless 2004 Lincoln penny. It means that every time you get change from a vending machine or buy something at the store, you might be handed a mini jackpot without even knowing it. The 2004 Lincoln penny is still out there in pockets, purses, drawers, and piggy banks across the USA. So, grab your magnifying glass, start checking your change, and who knows, you might be the next lucky collector to cash in on a penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And remember, every coin tells a story. Some tell a story worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another money-making coin update. Comment below if you've got a 2004 penny, and maybe we'll feature your coin in the next video. This is USA Coins 1, signing O, where every coin could be the key to your hidden treasure. Happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next one. Welcome back. You're watching USA Coins 1, your #1 destination for discovering rare American coins worth big money. If you love coin hunting, learning rare coin facts, and potentially making thousands of dollars from pocket change, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that many people overlook, but believe me, you should never ignore it again after this video. We're talking about the 1998 Lincoln penny, and let me tell you, this innocent little copper-plated coin could be your golden ticket, with one recently valued at an astonishing $585,333. Yes, you heard that right, more than $500,000 for a single penny. So buckle up, because we're about to uncover its shocking history, the secret mint errors that could make you rich, and the red-hot current market value that's taking the numismatic world by storm. Let's start at the beginning. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, it has seen various designs and changes. But the 1998 Lincoln penny, minted at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, is now one of the most talked about modern coins in the collector's world. Why? Because what seems like an ordinary 1-cent coin could hide rare features, shocking minting errors, and varieties that multiply its value exponentially. In 1998, billions of Lincoln pennies were minted, over 5.8 billion from Philadelphia alone, and more than 5.2 billion from Denver. Most are worth just face value. But, a very small handful have unique characteristics that push their value into the stratosphere, and that's where the excitement begins. Now let's talk about the big headline, the $585,333 penny. So what makes one of these coins worth more than $500,000? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and most importantly, error varieties. There is a 1998 Lincoln penny known as the wide AM reverse variety. This means that the A and M in America on the back of the coin are spaced farther apart than usual. Normally, on 1998 pennies, the A and M are touching. But a few rare coins were mistakenly struck with the reverse design meant for proof coins, where the A and M are clearly separated. This one difference, tiny to the naked eye, makes all the difference to collectors. Only a small number of these coins have been found in circulation, and when graded in near-perfect condition, mint state 68 or above, they can sell for thousands, even hundreds of thousands at high-end auctions. And here's the kicker. One of these ultra-rare 1998 wide AM Lincoln cents was reported to be valued at $585,333 due to its pristine condition, rarity, and high collector demand. That's not a typo. 1 penny. Over $500,000. Just imagine finding that in your pocket change. So how can you tell if you have one of these treasure coins? check the reverse, AM and AMERICA. Flip the coin and examine the word America. On normal 1998 pennies, the A and M are touching or nearly touching. On the rare wide AM variety, there's a noticeable gap between the letters. Inspect the FG initials. Look for the designer's initials, FG for Frank Gasparo. On wide AM pennies, the FG is positioned slightly farther from the Lincoln Memorial than on normal coins. High-grade condition. If your penny has minimal scratches, strong luster, and is in near-perfect condition, especially if uncirculated, its value goes way up. Professional grading by PCGS or NGC can confirm its mint state and skyrocket its market price. Mint mark. These varieties are mostly from the Philadelphia Mint, so look for a 1998 penny with no mint mark. So what's the current market saying? Circulated 1998 wide AM Lincoln pennies can sell for $50 to $200, depending on wear and visibility. High-grade uncirculated examples, MS65 to MS67, regularly sell for $1,000 to $5,000. The highest recorded auction sales for premium examples with verified errors and near perfect condition can exceed $25,000. And of course, the legendary $585,333 valuation is believed to be for a combination of rarity, top grade, and private collector demand. Prices are soaring, and the demand for error coins has never been hotter. Coin shows, online auctions, and collector forums are full of people searching for this coin. Here's the bottom line: there are millions of 1998 pennies still out there, hiding in coin jars, old purses, desk drawers, and bank rolls. You could have one right now and not even know it. So start checking. Go through your change, look carefully at those old pennies, and keep an eye out for that wide AM spacing, because that one little detail, just a small gap between two letters, could be the difference between 1 cent and $500,000. And remember, every day that passes, these coins become rarer, harder to find, and more valuable. If you found this video helpful and exciting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to USA Coins 1, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another rare coin alert. Got a 1998 penny? Drop a comment below and tell us what you found. We love hearing from the coin community, and if you think this was wild, wait until you see what we uncovered in the 1999 and 2000 Lincoln cents. More rare errors, more big money, and more surprises coming your way. This is USA Coins 1, where pocket change can change your life. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.